Here we go.
A few a few weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, LAR Movement contacted me on Facebook and shared with me about an article that I was just happened to be reading at the same time. And this article talks about there is a great increasing number of black women in America identifying themselves as bisexual. I'll include the link to this article in the description. And the author of the article talks about some of the things that we always hear as black men. Most notably, I'm going to focus on, well, there are not enough available black men. We hear this one all the time. And, black women are doing much better. They have money, they have this and that. There's a whole lot of things in the article that it talks about. You can read it for yourself. But, again, the article has many assumptions and kind of gets away from why it is what it is, in my opinion. And then they try to talk about black women's bisexuality in terms of white. You have like 23% of black women, young black women saying they're bisexual, and there's like 10.3% of white women, which is almost double. But why? Why is that double? Why is that double? Could be a few things. Could be that this.
Well, I honestly think it's not really a shock that black women are bisexual largely. Because if you really think of it, for example, white women who are attracted to black men are usually bisexual too. So I don't really think it's like specifically a black woman thing. I think it's more of a thing of you're attracted to black men and therefore you are bisexual. The reason why that is because if you look at a black man, they have very many features and characteristics that are in common with women. They have very feminine features. They look a lot like their mothers. And they look a lot like females, basically. Black females and black males have the same face. It's just how it is in the black race. Dark skinned black people have pretty much similar features. That's why when they cross sex and they're like transgender or whatever, you can't really tell them apart, really, because their faces are the same. You notice, like with white people, usually when they do transitions and they have transsexuals, you can usually tell who's a transsexual. But with black people, you really can't tell that because they have the same face. You usually have to tell by other traits like voice, hands, bone structure in the body, not particularly in the face. Because black cranial structure is feminine in itself. The high cheekbones, soft round nose, the lack of a brow ridge, the lack of a jaw, the lack of the chin, the forehead, the hairline is kind of different in black males than other races of males. Um, so there's a lot of femininity in black men's faces. They have fuller lips, even some structural things that black men have. For example, they people sometimes say that black men tend to have bigger bottoms, which I don't know if that's actually true, but if that is true, that is a feminine trait, obviously. A bigger bottom is a feminine trait, um, which is the reason I never wanted to admit to having a big bottom. But anyway, um, but the point is that, for, I think, a lot of people who are attracted to men that are black men, they're attracted to those feminine features, and they can be attracted to the feminine features that black men have as well as other people have, other women have in general, so that's why they are bisexual, because it's kind of an overlap, and that's why you'll find more black women who are bisexual, because black women there are more black women who are attracted to black men. So by default, they will be bisexual because they're attracted to femininity. So why would they not be attracted to femininity when it comes to characteristics, physical characteristics? I'm not saying behavior. If you're attracted to feminine characteristics in a man, and that's what you find attractive, the feminine characteristics, physical characteristics, then why wouldn't you be attracted to feminine characteristics in a woman? You know, it isn't really a shock. And it's a trend. It's not just black women who are bisexual. White women who are attracted to black men are usually bisexual. You often see that. In fact, in my opinion, you see more white women who will admit they're bisexual if they're attracted to black men than you see black women admitting that they're bisexual when they're attracted to black men. I think that the number of black women who are bisexual is actually higher of the black women who are actually attracted to black men, And I also think that, black women who aren't attracted to black men, you will find that there's less bisexuality among us because, we tend to be more attracted to actual masculine traits. And black men do not display those traits, therefore we are not attracted to them. So, yeah, I guess you could say it's black men's fault that black women are bisexual, I guess, but I don't even really feel that's the case because, I feel that's nature, right? Because you're naturally attracted to what you're attracted to. So if you're attracted to feminine traits, you're attracted to feminine traits, whether black men are going to be feminine or not. It's just that benefits black men if a woman is attracted to feminine traits. So you should be happy that black women are bisexual because that means you have more options among black women who will actually like your feminine traits on your face and in your body, because they are attracted to feminine traits in general, whether you're male or female. So you shouldn't complain about it. Anyway, continue.
Bisexual behavior of all women has been the same, and it just has never been okay to talk about it due to societal norms. That could be one thing, okay?
I could agree with that. Anyway, continue.
We know that LGBT and bisexuality is much more accepted in today's time than in times past. Families are more accepting. We do know that. One article I read talks about pornography is
Yeah, pornography isn't can't really control your natural sexuality. It can help you find what you're actually into, and there's material for everybody. I don't understand why people make these stereotypes about porn and say, like, for example, that if you are a person who watches porn, you watch women get degraded. Some people will say you watch a lot of lesbian porn, all this nonsense shit. And it's like, personally for me, I don't watch any porn involving a woman. I don't watch any lesbian porn, obviously. And I don't watch any women getting degraded because there's no woman to speak of. I watch gay porn. I've been watching gay porn since I was 11 years old because that's my preference. I've always had more of an interest in watching two guys fuck. That's just what it is. The reason why is probably because I love the look of male genitalia, honestly. One thing I don't really like with the top is this. When a top is having sex with a bottom, he is going in and out of the hole, obviously, his butthole. Well, I can't see a hard cock in full motion, can I, in that case? No, I can't. You see my point? The visual is a lot better because I get to see the action and the other person as well. You see my point? So I get to see one person and their big fat hard cock, and then I got to see another guy fucking his asshole, right? So to me, together that works really well because I like seeing big fat cocks. I do. I love seeing, and that's weird. I guess that's weird to some people that I would like to see big fat hard cocks because everybody knows I like small cocks. But for visual purposes, I do like to see big cocks. I don't mind seeing small cocks too. They turn me on too. What I mean is, I like to see a hard cock. I don't like to see flappy cocks that aren't getting hard. Anyway, but my point is in this is that specifically that I like to see both. I don't like to see just a guy jacking off his cock, and I don't like just seeing a guy fucking, okay? I like to see both at the same time, and that's why watching a guy fuck another guy is like so perfect because it gets both of my desires right out, like what I like to see, what gets me horny, everything that works for me. Watching a girl is watching the locker room to me. When she's nude, my mind doesn't understand if I'm getting aroused by a woman in a video nude, then don't I get aroused when I look at myself in the shower? And honestly, I don't know why. From a bird's eye view, the female genitalia isn't that bad looking. But when you look